Hi, this is Patty, and welcome back to our dashboard training. Today, we're going to be laying out a directory board, and we're going to be using an RSS feed, some slideshow apps, and showing you how to lay out your display for a portrait style mode. So let's get into this right away. We're just going into a blank page. And I have it set for 33% because scrolling down a large portrait layout is going to be really hard to show in the video, so we have it at 33. If you notice, my little lock right here is red. I'm going to unlock it so that all the elements will be movable as we design. I'm going to click on the gear button here on the left. You'll notice that on the left-hand side it says ratio and orientation. And right now it's at 16:9 horizontal. We're going to change it to 9:16 vertical. So nice long portrait mode style directory board. Okay, from here we can just go on to design. As in most slides, we'd like to put in a nice background picture. And since this is a directory board for the inside of a high-rise building, I am going to use a picture of a high-rise building and just position it up there, stretch it out, and put it where I'd like it to be. Okay. We'd like to start out by putting in a title, and I'll get that set up for you real quick. Okay, so we have just the title to let people know this is a directory to come to look for your tenant list. The next item I'd like to add on here is we'll go into our app. It's an RSS news feed. It's just kind of nice to have a little bit of information that's going on with a little bit of a news app. So on the left-hand side, you'll see you need the web address of your RSS news feed. I'm going to click up here up on top. I've gone into ESPN.com. They have top headlines for news. All you need to do is highlight that URL, just copy it, and then paste it right into that address bar there. And once you hit this little circle, it'll load up. If you go into maximum articles, I would like a day's worth of articles, and I want them to be in a single message. You can choose different types of feed. You can do ticker style or vertical ticker. We just want a single message. I want to include the title. I want to include the content and also an image when it's available. Now, it's a little bit hard to see, so we want to have a background put in there, and we can choose a rounded box. I like the rounded edges because it just adds a little softness. And then we're going to keep our text black, but it's pretty large, so we're going to decrease it down to about 35 points. And there, you can see it as it comes in. Okay. All right. Now I really want to make this area stand out a little bit, so I'd like to put a rectangle behind it. And we're going to make that blue and set the transparency for about 50% and give it a border. And this rectangle is over my RSS feed, so I'm just going to navigate to the bottom, and you'll go to your layering effect. I'm just going to click on the first icon and move it back one layer. I am going to increase the size of this box because I want to put a little title above my CNN news coverage, and we're going to put a title up there too. All right, so we have our ESPN news title that's on top. Next to this, I want to put in a slideshow. And the slideshow is going to have pictures of other buildings in the area, but also of some of the rooms that are in this building. So we're going to go into our apps again and pick our slideshow. And I created several different folders in my image catalog here. I'm just in the same buildings folder. It's going to ask you for that current folder. So we're going to pick that folder, and you'll notice on the left-hand side it says Buildings. That's the folder I chose. And we're going to bring our pictures right in. And you can size this so that the pictures fit beautifully. I'm going to change the load up time to 4%. And we're also going to give a border to those pictures to make them pop out. Then when you get down to the style, I like to put a little curved bottom on it. And the curved bottom is just a shadow underneath your pictures, and it makes the pictures actually look 3D and pop off the screen. So I add that to it as well. There, and it just adds a little bit of interest to the top of our directory board. Okay, this lower section, we are going to build our tenant list. And just like we did in our past video, we are going to use our table layout. So I'm just going to get this set up a little bit and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so what I did, I just brought in another rectangle and I made it a little more transparent so you can see the building behind it. And remember, to bring in our table or our grid, we have to first bring in our text element. And then we're going to click in the box, delete our text, go up to our table, and I want 7 by 2 as far as columns and rows. And we can stretch out the line spacing so it stretches all the way down. And then I'm going to fill in the company name and our suite number. Okay, so I have my company names and my suite numbers all set up here. And I can just want to maneuver this a little bit so it's a little bit on there. Matches there. The next thing that we want to put on here is also a header. So that's the last thing that I want to do over our tenant and suites. Okay, so what I did was I just added another rectangular box and I just gave it another transparency and added tenant name as a header and suite so that people can look under the directory. So this is really nice to put into a building. It adds interest, lets you know what's in the building and the company that you're looking for. So that is the end of this tutorial. Stay tuned for our next tutorial as we go through maps and traffic, our time and date app, our weather app, and we'll see you soon.